But how can you question the great man himself? Second half gets underway, and two between them, and Limerick get the first possession here. Wayne McNamara to send it back down once again. Put the pressure on there. Once again it is Paul Murphy coping with it. Killian Buckley now driving it away across diagonally over here. Falls down as far as Colin Fennelly. Got 3 points in the first half and looks to make the perfect start to the second half, which is duly done.
Yeah, that's a great score. This man he's on fire all throughout the National League. Had a quietish start to the championship, but having a brilliant game here today, breaking onto the ball again here. Just how simple he makes it look, straight up the centre, over the bar. And just looking at TJ Reid gone in full forward, but Seamus Hickey has stayed with him. And I see Paul Murphy's now picking up Kevin Downs with JJ Laney on Shane Downing.
Here's Paul Brown. It was missed by Joey Holden. Brown, stopped by the goalkeeper stick. It's gone out for a 65. Might have been a point, could even have been a goal, but a good save there by David Herity from Paul Brown.
Yeah, well, we've seen this in the last 3 games. Against Wexford, he went straight through the middle and scored a goal. Against Cork, he lost possession and it ended up in the net in the far end, and really should have put that over the bar. Still a good save, and they probably will score from the 65 anyway.
We should say, Michael, that JJ Delaney's little hand flick away just before half-time, preventing that Limerick goal, was exquisite.
It was a great piece of skill. We didn't really see it there in normal time, but I saw it at half-time, and he just, with the back of his hand, he flicked the ball away. A brilliant piece of skill.
Shane Dowling's going to take this. Got 4 points in the first half. 2 of them were from frees. So this is first 65, first long-range free, an important one, and he puts it over, point for point at the start of the second half, and it's 110 to 11 points. An important strike, an important free for him and for the team. Rain has eased, it stopped completely, I think. Floodlights still on, sun attempting to come out. Much brighter afternoon now. Kilkenny in front. Michael Fennelly to nobody in particular across here. James Ryan looking to be even greater influence in the second half. Down as far as Shane Dowling. What about that for a quick switch as far as Paul Brown? Again he goes off on a knifing run forward here. This time there are 3 men getting back to prevent his movement forward. Shane Dowling couldn't hold on to it. Colin Fennelly has done an immense amount of good work inside into the middle here to the goal scorer Richie Hogan. Got that goal in case he joined us late in the 36th minute. It's blocked down by Gavin O'Mahony. Has gone out over the sideline. It's going to be a line ball to Kilkenny, and Richie Hogan ready to take it himself. Chipped it in, didn't look where it was going. It went straight to the middle to Wayne McNamara. Back out as far as James Ryan, and the hand pass sees Tom Condon come into it and play it down as far as Kevin Downs. Looking for a big second half. That's going to drop horribly short, unfortunately, for him. And David Herity able to get it away back into the half-forward line towards Michael Fennelly. 2 Kilkenny players going for the same ball that time. Wayne McNamara nipped in. Richie Hogan able to pick it up, however. Not a good delivery. James Ryan once again stepping in, moving forwards with that ball, cut out by Paul Murphy. Terrific defending by Paul Murphy once again. But again, the clearance isn't terribly long, trying to place it to a colleague. Owen Larkin hasn't scored so far. Colin Fennelly has got the opening point of the second half as well. Back here to the left half back, Killian Buckley. Buckley driving it in towards TJ Reid, being marked by Seamus Hickey, lost. And the ball there under Richie McCarthy on that 13-metre line, and it ends up being a free in. Limerick questioning it.
Well, that the rule is if you go down over the ball, it's a free against you. It's not always applied. I think that's what frustrates the players. If you watch here, it breaks in, bit of a tussle for it here, and Gavin O'Mahony goes down over the ball here, and he just...
As you say, in the past, it isn't always applied. Very often the referee throws it in.
They do, yeah, but I think you can see there he moved his 2 legs and to get in over the ball, and the referee is correct.
Limerick are contemplating bringing on Shawnee Tobin early stages in the second half just to energise their forward line. Hasn't happened just yet. So now from this 20-metre free, TJ Reid standing over it in just a moment. Doesn't really need to go for a goal at this stage. 2 points separating these teams, making sure that the handle of the hurley, the grip, will be as dry as it possibly can be. He's contemplating it, and you never know with TJ Reid. Went back behind the 20-metre line, a buzz of expectation all of a sudden. They think he might just go for it, and he doesn't. after that dramatic build-up. His third point, all from frees.
A bit of mind games there. I was wondering, I said at this stage of the game there was no way he was going to go for a goal just to keep that 3-point gap.
He didn't need it anyway. Here comes number 19, Shawnee Tobin. Player going off is Kevin Downs. Disappointing afternoon once again for Downs. So Shawnee Tobin, who came on in the quarter-final against Wexford, got 3 points that day, the third of them coming from a free. And let's see if he can perk up this Limerick attack. He just needs a little boost at this stage. Richie Hogan, that goal before half-time, almost like a game changer. Wayne McNamara up into the air towards David Breen. Didn't come down kindly for him. In went James Ryan after it, made sure he got it. Very determined fellow. Ryan still working hard. Inside it goes towards Mulcahy. Out to Breen. Taking off 20 metres from the goal. 13 metres. Awkward angle straight at the goalkeeper. Shawnee Tobin was coming in, didn't quite get to it. Instead it's Joey Holden for Kilkenny, slipping it back out as far as Jackie Turrell. And Jackie Turrell, calm as you like, races out with it, plays it into the path here of the midfielder Richie Hogan, and Richie sends it back in. Not a good ball, only as far as Wayne McNamara. Limerick come back again. Paul Brown into the centre here, driven a fair distance by Declan Hannon and driven wide.
That's a poor wide, but I think if we see a replay, I think it was Colin Fennelly who came the whole way back from centre forward to get in the flick there that denied the goal. If you just watch it here, again it's David Breen making his way through, followed by Killian Buckley there, and Brian Hogan comes across here. Breen does very well, gets in the shot, and just watch here, look, there's Colin Fennelly after arriving from centre half forward to flick away the ball here. He ran 90 yards to do that.
Tremendous
Fantastic.
Selfless work on the part of Colin Fennelly, as you say. Typifies the great spirit of this Kilkenny team down through the years, the work ethic that Brian Cody expects of them. James Ryan then querying that one as Owen Larkin went down. Referee has blown his whistle, however, and it's going to be a free. And it'll be to Kilkenny, and TJ Reid will be the one who will take it. This is what happened here. He came across, lunged at Owen Larkin. So TJ Reid with 3 pointed frees already in the game. And here's a chance to put 4 between them. Awkward enough angle. Like a golfer, goes back, gives himself every opportunity. Nothing rushed or hurried. Tries to just contemplate the degree of difficulty for himself. Also trying to make sure that James Ryan gets back the requisite distance. On a day when every free and every opportunity is important, he's missed that one. Straight to Wayne McNamara. Out here as far as his left half back, Gavin O'Mahony steps inside. 2 players there, so back as far as McNamara. And finally it's the Adair man who gets it way down towards Graham Mulcahy. Spills loose as far as Brian Hogan. Cut out here well. Back in by Donald O'Grady. Intended there for Hannon, got to stick to it. Couldn't quite get it under control, but it is with Limerick, and it is with Shawnee Tobin. Tobin, 3 after him. Lobs it in, tricky one for the goalkeeper, just enough to bat it out here, only as far as Declan Hannon, and Hannon makes a better angle, and this time makes absolutely sure. A third for the 21-year-old from Adair.
Yeah, a lot of ball dropping in on top of David Herty. Awkward balls to deal with. He flicked that one away, didn't fully control it, and Declan Hannon onto the breaking ball. And you just feel if Limerick had a little bit more belief in the forward line, you know, to me, they're just lobbing balls in, they're hoping for the best, and you know, they're lacking that little bit of drive that we saw early on.
It would have been 4 points had TJ Reid put over the free. Instead, the lead is now back to 2. Michael Fennelly against Gavin O'Mahony. This time it's Fennelly deemed to have pushed over O'Mahony. Free to Limerick. Fennelly came from behind here, got a hand in the back, and Gavin O'Mahony went down rather easily. So early stages of the second half, just 9 minutes into the second period, and O'Mahony himself is going to take it. Able to drive the ball a fair old distance all the way in there, but taken. Oh, fumbled by Herity. Breen was coming in after it, but couldn't steer it inside. A moment of real nervousness and anxiety on the part of David Herity.
Yeah, tricky day, and it's one of those days that everybody dropped that one there, and how it didn't end up in the net there, I don't know who it was, came in for Shawnee Tobin, I think, ran over it.
2 close run things by Limerick, but they haven't got a goal so far. And the one moment presented to Kilkenny after 36 minutes, put away by Richie Hogan. Hogan in the middle of it. Loses it this time to Donald O'Grady, the team captain. Carried on here well. Driven away by Declan Hannon. He got the last point, and this one he puts just inches to the left-hand side. Missed opportunity, stays at a 2-point game. And now that's Limerick's fourth wide. Remember, they only had one in the first half.
Yeah, but I think both centre forwards, Colin Fennelly and Declan Hannon, causing problems for the defender. Both centre backs are trying to stay deep to protect their full back line, and their men are going loose and they're scoring from distance, and both of them causing a lot of trouble for the respective teams.
The tactics are intriguing. That ball went off a Kilkenny stick. Michael Fennelly and Owen Larkin pleading with the linesman over there, who is Eamon Hassett from Derry.
Backs playing very well, and yet Kilkenny are still leading, but you know, as I say, if Limerick can just believe in themselves, they can go on and win this game.
Back with Kilkenny once again, back there with Jackie Turr. Remember this Kilkenny side with a host of wonderful stars in their subs bench, ready to come on and influence the game. Mark Kelly, first chance he's got, stolen away from him there by Richie McCarthy initially, helped out by Wayne McNamara, and they are just indestructible, it seems, through the centre of that defence. James Ryan looks across, sees Paudie O'Brien. Now they've missed a couple of chances, Limerick. They need to put this one over from their next attack. They've got a loose player inside, but it's a poor ball as far as Donald O'Grady has to go and work for it, and now they'll have to recycle it. Joey Holden tries to keep him out here. What can he do? Picks out Declan Hannon. Hannon loses it. Brian Hogan in there. The reinforcements arrive, and from a promising Limerick position, Kilkenny get the numbers in there. And again, the referee doesn't blow his whistle in a stalemate situation. It's pinched out by Graham Mulcahy. Good play by Mulcahy, and in the end he draws a foul and it's a free in.
That ball to Owen Larkin coming through the centre, but he wants to do something himself to get into the game. That didn't happen for him. He lost possession, and now looks like an easy score for Limerick down the other end.
Shane Dowling with 5 so far, and it is an easy one for him, his 6th. Replicating what he did last year in the second half when he came on. TJ Ryan, seen his side now draw within a point of Kilkenny. That all-important goal still very much the key score. Rain comes down again as Herity pucks it out. TJ Reid is the intended recipient, but picking it up instead is Seamus Hickey. What a wonderful player he's been over the years. Tom Condon likewise. They lose it. TJ Reid comes in, steals it away. Conor Fogarty now off his left-hand side, drives it in and drives it poorly and puts it wide.
Well, I'm very surprised, Ger, that Kilkenny haven't introduced anybody. You know, there's a number of players not going well out there. There's not much point having the likes of Henry Shefton, Richie Tower, all these talented players on the bench, and there's, you know, in a tight game, I'd be introducing a couple of them straight away. Usually
they do so around about the 60th minute. We've some time to get to that stage yet as Donald O'Grady catches that puck out and then loses it, and away comes Joey Holden, the wing back. That time Michael Fennelly doing his very best to try and keep it in play. Of 2 Kilmallock players in the half back line, and a third in the team as well, of course, Graham Mulcahy. Well cut up. Inside there, pressure on, and this time it's JJ Delaney driving it back out. Players will have difficulty just seeing the ball at this stage as the rain is sheeting down. Donald O'Grady was coming out, he was fouled, it's a free in, but in appalling conditions, absolutely dreadful, some of the worst I've seen in an All-Ireland semi-final. There's a free coming up, and it's going to be a difficult one to take. Yeah, it's almost unplayable during those conditions, you know, from a hurling point of view, to try to keep a grip on the hurl, never mind control the ball. And this is, like, even this free now is very, very difficult. Anything can happen. The hurl can fly out of their hand. What's this, Bertha, isn't it? The remnants of a storm. It's a depression at this stage, I think the weatherman said in today's weather forecast. The 95 Leinster final that I played in myself against Kilkenny is the last day I remember seeing rain like that in Croke Park. It's absolutely savage. Taken short by Shane Dowling. Here as far as Declan Hannon to go a little shorter and to hit it in and hit it over the bar. He's got a 4th, and the teams are level for the 3rd time. I think Van Morrison has the song, there'd be days like this, and there are. That's right, and that just shows you how difficult it was. Shane Dowling 50 yards out, rather than going for the free, he opted for the short one, and a great score. Here come the reinforcements, the cavalry arriving, led by King Henry. Teams level. Limerick have the ball back in midfield. Gavin O'Mahony. into a two-man inside forward line, caught there by Dowling, on by Mulcahy, back it comes here, Shawty Tobin has put it over the bar, and Limerick lead. Shawty Tobin's first point since coming on, and he makes it 111 to 15 points to 111.
Yeah, brilliant catch there by Shane Dowling, a lovely flick across, and Shawty Tobin, a beautiful piece of skill. I actually think he went to lob the goalie there and it just dropped in over the bar.
Henry Shefflin comes on for Mark Kelly. That's the first of the changes we're going to see. And they're also preparing to bring on, I think Richie Power is going to be coming on. They need all these reinforcements. They need this boost, this lift. Himself slips it in beautifully in as far as Porrick Walsh, then dispossessed by Tom Comden. Comden magnificently out here, but not contained by Seamus Hickey, and the pressure could be back on in just a moment. Henry Shefflin couldn't hold on to it. It comes out. It comes as far as Joey Holden, shouldered by Hannon. He hit him a thumping shoulder, and in wretchedly awful conditions, it ends up being a free out. And the Limerick mentors on the sideline jumping for joy, but we're only in the 53rd minute. In other words, 17 and a half minutes into the second half. This is where Holden was going, look at that for a shoulder from Declan Hannon. No way through.
No way through, brilliant shoulder, and the referee gives a free then. I don't know what happened, so they're really going to try to drive this home.
So two changes made in the forwards. Right now the backs are going to be under pressure. Here we go. Gavin O'Mahony taking this one. It's not a good free, it's a poor one. Cut out by Joey Holden. And Kilkenny now will look to their players to show that character and desire that they've always demonstrated down through the years. But there was a trip there, and held back was this. Limerick, remember, in front by a point. Will this go? Will it reach in? It does! It's gone over! He's got a seventh, and Limerick are ahead by 2.
Yeah, that's a great strike on a day like this, you know, out near the sideline, 60 yards out, straight over the bar, and he's having a fantastic season, Shane Dowling. It's so important at the top level to have a really reliable free taker. We saw TJ Reid missing a couple already, but Shane Dowling hasn't missed any. He's going very, very well.
That man's happy. He's a Limerick fan. The puck out, not a terribly long one, but held in there by Joey Holden, and Joey Holden's been a very solid match, and he was fouled there, and they're very annoyed by that, and Donal O'Grady's got himself a yellow card for the foul. Brian Cody and James McGarry weren't one bit pleased for the blow on Joey Holden after he caught that puck out, and Donal O'Grady pays the price. Has to be very careful.
Yeah, one-handed, very dangerous. Very dangerous stroke. I saw in the first half, I hadn't seen it. I think JJ Laney caught a face guard. Tom Condon did the same to Owen Larkin. There should be red cards, and I think Donal O'Grady is very lucky there. That's a very wild swing.
And now they've got to make a decision, Limerick, to make sure whether that he stays disciplined and stays on. They can't afford to go down to 14. That's dropped in there dangerously. What a goal! They've got it. I think it's Power has got it. Let's have a look at it again. Was it Power? Was it Owen Larkin?
Yeah, if you watch it here, dangerous ball in a day like today. Richie Power's under, but I think Owen Larkin just comes across here and gets a flick with the left hand. A great goal.
The only goal he's got in the match, the only score he's got in the match so far. Onto it brilliantly, and 56 minutes in.
And Kilkenny needed that badly, Ger. They were out of the game for the last 10 minutes, and you know, look, we're set up now for a fantastic finish. And what a game in dreadful conditions.
Kilkenny leading by a point. Well, those goals, Michael, have been so important for them, and heartbreakers for Limerick. To finish it decisively. Broken down here. Picked up again by Joey Holden. He's given a very, very good account of himself this afternoon. Can be very pleased with his performance. Killian Buckley likewise. All the way in towards Richie Power. Breaks down here, Colin Fennelly. 30 metres out, angles awkward. Kilkenny having got a major boost from the scoring of that goal there. Henry Shefflin into space, only as far as Paul Brown of Limerick. Comes back out towards Shawty Tobin, shouldered. Picked up here. Slipping on the ground there was Wayne McNamara. Back as far as Brown again. Into a 3-man inside forward line. 3 men inside the 45-metre line, but Brian Hogan's there as well. And Hogan for Kilkenny. Bad ball given away as far as Paddy O'Brien. Back out as far as Tom Condon. Midway through this second half, Condon inside, contained with a lot of difficulty there by Shawny Tobin, and then lost as far as TJ Reid. Spoon back out here again to the very, very assured Brian Hogan. And that defence looks so much more stable when he's in there. Back out as far as Paul Brown. Brown, aware that he could be hooked by Colin Fennelly, releases it here as far as Donald O'Grady. Slips inside Holden, then goes by Hogan, the other man, that's Brian Hogan. And in the end he caught it 3 times, as you say. Well, that goal by Owen Larkin, just wonder how decisive that is going to be in the great scheme of things.
Yeah,
by the time we hit
what
70
you're looking
minutes.
for now is composure. Kilkenny have more experience, but you even saw Henry Shefflin there look a lovely flick back inside, but it's not really a day for that. It's about getting control of the ball, doing the simple things right, and whoever now keeps their head over the next 10 minutes is going to win this.
Well, David Herity and his goal have had a couple of dodgy moments, but so far everything has been kept intact. Taking this free from inside his own 45-metre line. Pressure there on Wayne McNamara. Comes back out towards Henry Shefflin, surrounded immediately. Back out towards Larkin, then on as far as Richie Power. Power struggles to get away from the challenges. He's held back once or twice, fouled a few times, and the referee then blew his whistle, and it realises a lot of this game still to be played. 11 minutes of the contest still to go. Anything can happen. TJ Reid and the favourites in front, and now they lead through his 4th pointed free, and the margin is out to 12. That's 18 points to 16 points for Limerick. Bit of a killer, that last goal. Looking for that extra little bit of effort again, not that they haven't given plenty so far. This puck out towards Breen, doesn't get to it. Hasn't got a lot this afternoon from puckouts. Killian Buckley back in. Wayne McNamara is in front of the full back line, but it doesn't matter because Richie Power has got there first, and Richie Power took too many steps, free out. Chance for Limerick now to launch another attack. Limerick set up in the forward line is still interesting. Shane Dowling back there being man-marked by JJ Delaney in front of the Kilkenny goal, and then the 2 corner forwards withdrawn, leaving space. And they can't get the ball forward. Michael Fennelly from the middle of the park. Henry Shefflin tries to break it down. Is this his moment? Shouldered. Out comes Gavin O'Mahony, very assured. Back as far as Paul Brown. Brown looks up, sees where Shawny Tobin is, can't reach him, comes back out towards Donald O'Grady. 2 men from Kilkenny there against him. And one of them, Conor Fogarty, getting that ball away, out over the sideline. Line ball to Limerick. TJ Ryan then slipping it back to his man, Paul Brown. TJ's like the 16th man down there.
Yeah, well, I think Donald O'Grady was fouled there, and that's why he's getting very animated on the sideline. But you can see how difficult it is. You know, excellent hurlers out there. They're getting it very hard even to strike the ball now. And thankfully the heavy rain has stopped, but it's still drizzling away.
Tom Ryan, number 22, poised to come in just a moment. Down here as far as Graham Mulcahy, couldn't take it. Joey Holden was hooked brilliantly. That's good work by Declan Hannon. Hannon from a tricky angle. Is this on target? It is, I think. It's over the bar. A 5th for Declan Hannon. He's having a magnificent game after a wretched afternoon here in the semi-final against Clare last year.
Yeah, that's a brilliant score. Great hook. Joey Holden mishit it slightly and he was hooked, and Declan Hannon from the sideline over the bar. That's inspirational now.
Tom Ryan comes on. Off goes David Breen. Puck out about to happen here. David Herity in the 62nd minute. 8 to go. Place in the All-Ireland final. Up for grabs in the next few minutes. TJ Reid goes back with determination. Tom Ryan tries to get it. Killian Buckley, and then in comes Reid again. Didn't get it the first time. Showed great attitude there to go back, make sure of it. Fired forward towards Colin Fennelly. Brilliantly taken down by Seamus Hickey. Terrific play by the cornerback. Out to James Ryan. Stands his ground. Sees where Hickey is, and Hickey has that great zest in his play. That determination to try and carry Limerick over that win. And it's going to be Shane Dowling who's going to take it. And the Moyers went over to try and give him the towel to dry. He's going to try it from here.
It's dangerous though. If it doesn't make it, it's going to be dropping in around the square.
Yeah. And if he doesn't make it, maybe somebody will be asked, why wasn't he inside waiting for it? Here he goes. It's going to drop well short. 13 metres out. Out by Brian Hogan. Picked up here. Dangerously done. Shawnee Tobin trying to get it in here. In fact, it was Graham Mulcahy in the end. Back there went Brian Hogan. Slipped the hand pass out. Under pressure there from Tom Ryan has just come in. Mulcahy again. Back to Ryan. Can they manufacture something? All the way back as far as Donal O'Grady. Pressurised by Henry Shefflin. Blocked down brilliantly. That was Colin Fogarty there. This time cut out by the other midfielder, Richie Hogan, way back. Doing great work. Out over the sideline. The two midfielders there complimenting O'Mahony. Poor hit. Chance for Kilkenny to get it back. They didn't do so. Tom Ryan blocked down well by TJ Reid. Again, that work ethic. Richie Hogan back in, taken down there initially by Colin Fennelly, helped on here by Richie Power. Power by name, by nature, tripped. Has to be a penalty. It has to be a penalty, no question about it. Richie Power going all the way through there.
Yeah, absolutely, it is a penalty. He was tripped. You watch it here, he breaks away. Donal O'Grady covers huge ground. Look at this, he drew his swipe.
Oh, he's on a yellow.
He's on a yellow, he has to go.
Well, this could be the moment. He's got to check with the two umpires first, the referee, as we watch this again. And Donal O'Grady, as you say, Michael, reached out there, committed another foul.
Yeah, well, he more than reached out. That's a strike. He was dangerous as well. And
so now an important moment for the referee, taking the advice. Also hearing, I think, perhaps from his linesmen through the communication system. All very dramatic. What's he doing? What do you make of this?
How is he not sanctioning the player who drew his stroke from behind, brought him down? He's given a free, but
he never actually waved his hands out as indicating a penalty, but it looked a penalty to me going through there. Don't know. 7 on the goal line, and he pops it over. It's a 5th point by TJ Reid. So it's a 2-point game, no penalty, no sending off.
Well, if Limerick get a goal to win it, like that was a certain goal. Just watch here, Donal O'Grady coming back. He knew he'd no chance. He swings the hurl out, takes the two legs from under Richie Power. Definite penalty. It's inside the 21. Or inside the 14.
Niall Moran's come on, and Donal O'Grady has gone off before he was sent off. Gavin O'Mahony inside here as far as Tom Ryan. Limerick are still there, still alive in this contest. Ryan going into a cul-de-sac, pursued by various players, including Michael Fennelly. Nothing in the end. The legs of the goalkeeper were out over the end, but not the ball. Shane Dowling trying to work for it. Paul Murphy swings it in. That's Niall Moran, who's just come in, number 23, trying to get to it. Backs to the wall situation. 2 minutes to go. Dowling has it. Trying to hand pass it inside. One back by Joey Holden, not for the first time. And away by Killian Buckley. Into midfield. This is an important ball to win. It's won by Limerick. Gavin O'Mahony. They're 2 behind, remember. Building up ahead of steam once again as Graham Mulcahy tries to get in here. In as far as James Ryan. Back as far as Seamus Hickey. They need the ball in, they're not doing so. They're loitering with intent, but 65 metres out, and that's not good enough from Limerick's point of view. And Richie Hogan does the sensible thing, plays it in over the defenders' heads, in as far as Henry Shefflin, right in the corner. Now a nice composed shot by Henry Shefflin, but it's not on target. And it stays 13 to 17 points, 10 wides by Kilkenny. But his team's in front at this crucial juncture in the match with a minute and a half to go.
Yeah, and incredible to see Kilkenny playing with one forward there a few minutes ago. The only one up the field was Colin Fennelly. Everybody else was back working down the field. More football style than hurling, but you saw Henry Shefflin creeping up the wing into a position, got the ball, and normally they'd expect him to put that over.
Nicky Quaid's puck out. Kilkenny want to win it. They do. And here comes Michael Fennelly now, surrounded. And the referee says play on.